time for the bell. How many options will you sell? Fire up your platform, get ready to enter. But first, let's get the mindset centered. Hey, hey, let's go. We're not here to gamble, we're here to trade. We follow the plan, that's how we get paid. Testing, trading, have success. Find what works for you and forget the rest. Stats and probabilities is what we're about. Time to dismiss greed and doubt. Focus on the process, not the money. And the profits will flow like honey. Power Hour Live, let's start the show. Come on, trade hackers, get ready to go. 0-day options, time to make bank. Get locked and loaded, then be ready to plank. Hey!
Hey everyone, welcome to Power Hour Live, Monday, January 13th. S&P dipped into the green just a minute ago, but back in the red, down 4 points. NASDAQ down 123. Russell's down 5, and the Dow is up over 0.5%. It's up 280. Gold down 1.3%. Silver down 3.3%. Notes and bonds a little bit red. 10-year yield up 0.5%. Oil up 3%. Natural gas down 1.5%. All the grains finished pretty good in the green. Soybeans up 2.5%. Wheat up over 2.5%. Corn up over 1%. Euro and the pound both down 0.33%. Bitcoin down 3%. VIX is down a little bit, down 0.2%, 19.50. I've done a couple of just price action iron condors. I was doing my normal BICs in my TAT IB account, which those are a little bit red currently. I've had a stop on every side, no double stops, so I could still finish green as long as we don't do anything crazy here in Power Hour. I've done a couple of price action iron condors. So I was doing my BICs over there. So instead of doing price action BICs, I just did TLC type price action iron condors. I've hit some profit targets on those. Just 2 tranches. Let's see, I'm up just under 2K on those, doing 7 lots. I entered a couple of WUGAs. The first one is on the 15s and 25s, and the wings are 15 wide. The second one is on the 10s and 20s, and the wings are 10 wide. So both of these back in range after this little down move. I also did a little discretionary RIC that I booked a little profit on the way up. I entered another one thinking that we may have a little down move off of the unchanged / expected move area. And that's this one here. So if we get a little quick move down to 10-ish, I would book profits on that one. Let's see what else. One DTE, I transformed into a downside vertical for tomorrow. Minimum profit 465, max profit 1,965 if it expires below 57.15 tomorrow. We do have PPI pre-market. Let's see what else. Just 1 day trade this morning in Microsoft, booked 667. That was a downside continuation runner. I gave some back on the bounce. So I was looking at Microsoft and Apple, and they were not participating in the bounce whenever S&P started pushing up. So I took a downside continuation runner in Microsoft, booked some profits, bounced back up, added, booked some profits, and then got out of most of it here, but on this bounce here, I gave some back, but still a decent trade. Calendars. Let's see. So I closed out my 3.736, booked profits. Also my 3.5, which was in toss. I booked profits on that one. My 5.7 and my 5.7 is just now back in the green. My 6.7 put calendar is back in the green. 6.7 double is down a little bit. 4.7 is up almost 10%. My 3.4 double from this morning is down 2, and my 3.4 single is up 12. My profit target's 15. It was tapping that earlier and didn't quite fill, but now it's back up to 12%. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to close. I don't know. I might just close everything before PPI here, but I'll do that as we get a little bit closer to the bell. That's it for me. Chad, how's your day?
Yeah, start off this morning. Really struggled to find good trading opportunities, day trading. So just made a few bucks there on 2 trades. Really had it's been really, really nice price action. Finally, there was, I felt like some back and forth movement instead of just all one direction. I know it's been one direction over the last hour or so, but really had some nice back and forth. My discretionary 1 DTE, I booked, closed half, 25%. And then on this last pullback about 115, when it started to bounce again, I got out of my discretionary 1 DTE. So it ended up being about a 25% profit.
Why do you say discretionary? Was it different than your normal one?
Well, it's not back tested.
Oh, gotcha.
Just so people know that, I sometimes close it before I hit my 40% profit target or the stop.
Gotcha.
And I also did less contracts. I only did 4 instead of my normal 6 on that one. AM number 1 booked 20, 40, 60 and out. Lunchtime number 1 booked 20, and then finally got to where I felt like, okay, we're getting some TLC action here. My lunchtime number 1 has gotten off centered. We're getting a little bit of consolidation here. I'm going to go ahead and put on a lunchtime number 2. And, I felt like I haven't had a lot of that in the last month and a half or so. So ended up booking 20% on my lunchtime number 2. Then I booked 40% on my lunchtime number 1, and then got stopped on my lunchtime number 1 after 40%. So nice winner. Lunchtime number 2 booked 40%, and I am about 60 cents away from going 60% and out on that one. So a really much needed TLC action day. Going to be a nice green day. I did enter a Wooga. However, I went a little tighter because I was going to be overlapping strikes with my last. I was kind of hoping I'd book 60 and out on my lunchtime number 2. So, but I hadn't yet, and so I booked just 5 wide. It ends up being I did 4 contracts, $2,500 max profit, only risking 1420. So, but I did that because and I put it on at the right about 150 central. But I did that because I would have been overlapping strikes if I would have gone 10 wide, which I wish I could have, but the risk reward was pretty good. So needs a little bit of a down move now, but that's where I'm at.
Dark Avenger, are you questioning my Rick? You gave me a exclamation question mark emoji. If we start, I'm definitely not holding it to expire. I was hoping we'd get a quick reaction off the unchanged or the expected move area. If we just start chopping, I'll cut off for a small loss. It's just a reverse iron condor, just anticipating a potential move. So as we were pushing up to the expected move area, I thought we may roll over. which is the expected move is right near the unchanged. So I thought maybe we'd roll over, which we started to, but now we're bouncing back. So again, if we get a quick move, cool. I'll book some profits. If not, I'll take a small loss. As far as individual stocks go, DJT, Donnie J leading the way up 19% today. Not sure what's going on with Donnie today, but he's feeling good about himself. CVS is up 7, LMT up 3, Halliburton up 3. Banks are all green, which banks start having earnings this week. JP Morgan is on the 15th before the market. I believe all of them are as well. Wells Fargo, 15th before the market. Goldman, 15th before the market. Which the 15th is Wednesday. Yeah, which is also CPI. Well, SPX tried to go green again and got rejected. So let's see what happens here. It's never too late for Rick, Dark Avenger. Never too late for Rick. Part of it was we made a pretty aggressive move up here. So I thought we may continue moving in one direction or the other. So one thing I've just been kind of testing is just kind of looking at when we do have kind of an aggressive move. It's almost like the exact opposite of what Chad does with TLC or what we do with when we're trying to sell premium on an iron condor, right? You're looking for price to kind of settle down and start to chop. Well, I'm kind of doing the opposite where I'm looking for price starts moving. If you can jump in a Rick and if you get continued move, obviously that's good. If it does start to chop, you always have the ability to just cut out for a small loss. So I'm gonna be doing a little bit more of that. And again, part of it's just testing. Part of it's just kind of, well, it seems like a terrible time to sell premium, so let's try to buy some. And then with Mr. Trump getting in office and some random tweets, never know. You could hit some of those. If you get in one and then you get a random price movement, that would bode well for those. So looking at SPX on the daily, we had this big gap up back here in November. We opened up basically right there, pushed back up to right now up to the Friday's close. So I don't know. PPI tomorrow. My guess is downside. Sticking with the recent action here. Not that I'm gonna place any trades anticipating that, but if you made me bring out my crystal ball, that's what I would say. I'll give this Rick another 5 to 10 minutes. So I was talking about the green stocks. On the red side, IONQ down another 13.5%. The thing is back down to close to 50% from where it peaked. Soundhound, the other one that was flying high, is 50% lower than where it peaked as well just a couple weeks ago. SMCI is down 5%, well off of its lows. Coinbase is down 4.5%. I was watching Coinbase and MSTR. Bitcoin looked like it may have given us a little stop hunt. Flushed through several of these previous lows and bounced pretty good, but it has just kind of sat here. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Didn't take anything. Nvidia's down a few percent. Microsoft down about 0.5%. Netflix a little bit red. Tesla a little bit red. Amazon a little bit red. SPX trying to make another attempt at going green. Just chopping around its expected range.
About 10 cents away from hitting 60 and out on my lunchtime number 2.
On the Cosmo on the futures chart, so I was looking at SPX before. On the futures chart, it actually does look more bullish. Looks like we may have flushed some of these lows and could squeeze for sure. So yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna give it the old the old 50-50. See what the options are looking like. Because the options were giving no credit to PPI. So IV for Tuesday is 20, Wednesday is 22. So definitely more weight on CPI. All right, SPX. What do you got here? You got anything? Trying to go green again. NASDAQ is the weakest, still down 0.5%. Although it's at its upper expected move as well, but not back to unchanged from Friday. So I just closed my 6-7 put calendar from Friday for a scratch. I just posted that when we started here. I was hoping my 3-4 was going to hit my 15% profit target, but it keeps acting like it's getting up there and then kind of coming back. I'm just gonna close everything. I don't like the risk of holding through PPI with the price action that we're seeing. In fact, I'm gonna close my 5-7. I'm just gonna kind of start scaling out of these.
There's 60% out from my last TLC trade.
SPX rejected again. All right, I'm going to go ahead and close this Rick. I'll give it another minute. Other non-zero DTE related, I've got this flathead woodpecker. It's basically unchanged, but it's entered the meaty area, the head. That's January 23rd expiration, so still 10 days. I will either book profits on that if I have a chance, or potentially transform it. We'll see when it gets a little closer. Also, VXX, it's now contracting a little bit today, but these volatility spikes have not allowed us to. I closed 2 of 5 at 50%, and then volatility has expanded, so a little bit less profit on that one. The more recent one that I entered that I have not booked any profits on, it looks like it's just going to end up being a minimum profit unless we get a big contraction after CPI, PPI, which we could. But these expire on the 17th, so we've only got a few days.
Well, I just put on a power hour trade. Gonna get a little crazy here today.
Yeah, I was thinking about it.
I mean, it was 15 wide, so
Yeah, it looks like it's 10 wide now.
now if SPX, it's got to keep getting rejected. If it ends up breaking through, then that's not gonna be good for it.
Looks like it's going to try one more time. Let's see what happens here. Oh, I closed my last. Forgot I had that. I forgot I had that order in. Sold at $2. Close my Rick. My Woogas need to stay. Yeah, my Woogas need to stay down a little bit. Below 58.30 is my break even on both my Woogas. Below 35 on one. Below 25 on the other.
Yeah, I'd like it to stay below 25.
It goes, making another run. It's trying. It wants to break through.
The goal for the power hour trade is always get out of half, hit that 20%.
Got a couple of 58.40 call strikes on a couple big tranches. So I need to stay below that for sure. Preferably below 25. All right, I'm gonna close my 4.7. SPX just went green. Well, maybe I should have held my Rick just a little longer. So I had to close my Rick for this move to take off. SPX approaching highs of day.
Yeah, gonna need a pullback now.
So PPI pre-market tomorrow. CPI. We also have a FOMC member Williams speaking about an hour before the end of the day. Shows his low impact due to deliver opening remarks at an event hosted by the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. CPI pre-market Wednesday, along with Barkin, Kashkari, Williams, and Goolsby speaking throughout the morning. Thursday pre-market retail sales and unemployment claims, and then nothing on Friday. Yeah, housing starts and building permits, pretty low impact usually. Pre-market. Okay. Forex Factory has well, it has building permits as an orange folder. There's a little move back down.
Oh yeah, I needed that.
I'm going to take my first Wooga off at 50%, the 105 one. So I've got a order working at 390. It's currently at 28, 30%.
What a beautiful red bar.
You still look at colored bars?
Well, on one platform, yes, and on the other platform, no. The one I do my day trading, I still have them red and green, but the TLC account one, I don't. They're gray.
My first Wooga back to center. My second Wooga back in range. SPX tried to go red or tried to go green several times. Not liking the feeling of it. I like the grayscale way better.
Oh yeah, me too.
I didn't really realize, or I didn't think it would be that big of a deal, but I definitely like it. I got on my home computer. I don't remember when it was, and they were still colored, and I was like, oh, don't like that. Promptly changed them.
And there's 20% in my power hour trade.
Nice. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start closing the rest of my calendars here. We are now back down to the pre-election levels in SPX, or we bounced off them basically. Let's see, the election was on Tuesday, Tuesday was the 5th. So got a little bump that day. Results came out on the 6th, or that night was the big gap up and move up. So we basically came back down to the highs of election day, the close of election day, before we bounced today. It's chopping right under the expected move. Same with NDX. Yeah, I haven't looked at any like insurance companies. I don't know. Maybe it's affecting them. Let's see, what's a publicly traded insurance company? AIG. I mean, it's just kind of down with the market. I mean, the market's down. Not sure that has much to do with the wildfires or not, but let's see. What's another publicly traded insurance company? Anybody? Prudential?
Black. I don't know.
Kind of similar. Lemonade? Yeah. Yeah, lemonade's down. I don't know. I mean, a lot. I don't remember what insurance company it was. I think it was State Farm. Didn't they cancel a bunch of fire insurance policies like 2 or 3 months before they hit? Oh, there you go. My early Wig was at 42%. About 26 and a half minutes to go. Let's see what the Mahomes flies are trading at. Not even a buck, maybe a buck.
Power Hour trades dead center.
Yeah, nice action. It's got to feel good to book a nice power hour TLC.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm about a nickel away from 40%. Come on, hit it. There we go. Still at 40%.
I'm gonna leave my 6-7 double on through tomorrow. Wooga's at 45%, getting close. By the way, if you all saw, I posted over the weekend in the Tim Weiss channel. Tim's going to be talking about kind of some new stuff that he's been trading and testing. And he's going to do that on a Saturday, January 18th. Actually, I better double check. Have they scheduled the Chiefs game yet?
Yeah, it's Saturday at 3, I think.
Oh, 3:30. Is that 3:30 Central?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, that should work. No, that's it. That's the only time zone. They're basically getting ready to change all the time zones to Central. The only one you need to know. You're an options trader. CME, Chicago Mercantile Exchange, futures, options, they all revolve around Central. How did they get rid of him? I didn't see that. I transformed it, Moel. To a downside vertical for tomorrow. That's in the it's also posted in my little trade channel. Getting a little bounce. I don't want to bounce. I liked where we were before. That's right. Settle back down. All the games this weekend, except for the one last night, were I mean, they're kind of blowouts. That game last night with the Commanders and Buccaneers, that was a good one. Got the Vikings Rams tonight. Well, there we go. All right, getting close. Getting close to PT.
Yep. Power hour trade back to dead center. Wooga dead center.
Just need it right back down to about 58.20 and it would hit my profit target. Actually, that's straddled right around this expected move. Maybe I'll leave that one on to expire. Yeah, I'm going to let that one expire. No PT for you. Still need price to come down for this one, though. So I'm going to take this one off, which is the second one I put on. I'm going to take that one off at 50% if we get a little bit of a move lower here. The other one I'm going to take to expiration. $25 butterfly, still just over $1. Chad, have you dipped your toes into the Mahomes yet?
I've done a couple paper trades. But that's it.
Gotcha.
I watched the course and everything. I know the paper trades are not very good fills. So
Yeah, definitely at the end of the day, they're really bad, but it still helps with just kind of the mechanics of.
right, that's exactly.
Got about 16 minutes to go. It's going to be a late fill. MOC in just under 6 minutes. I need a little dip down to about 58.15.
I need about 30 cents to go 60% and out on my power hour trade.
I'd prefer a 20 pin discount.
My Wooga's trading at 445. I got a 50% profit target at 325. And there's 60% out on my power hour trade.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Needed that. Wow, what a nice day. $9,175
Nice.
on 5 trades.
Is that
Four
with your
T-
one DTE?
Yeah, the one DTE though was only $690. TLC was 8,485. 4 trades, all winners. Wow, since that's happened.
Yeah. My first Wooga's up about 60%.
Yeah, my Wooga's up $915 right now too.
Looks like nice action for the 3 tranche update power hour. Anybody do that? Old school update power hour. Got the MOC in a little over a minute.
Wow, that really helped my January P&L.
The butterflies are staying cheap. Of course, it's in between strikes.
Not a bad day. I had to basically babysit our new puppy. Had to take her out 3 or 4 different times while I'm
Here
sitting
comes
there.
MOC. 510 million buy side. It's pretty small, but getting a little bounce.
There's my 50% profit target on the Wooga.
I need to go back down. Yeah, so you got a new pup. Is it an Aussie?
Yep, another Australian Shepherd. So we got 3 Aussies now.
SPX heading towards highs of day. Not what I was looking for. Wow.
Yeah, I'm lucky my Wooga hit for this push.
Butterfly is still staying pretty cheap here. Man, I swear every time I take profits on Wooga, it pins, and every time I try to take the expiration, I get a move. Working a 30 fly. Working a 35 as well. Price took off like it was a $3 billion buy number. $30 butterfly still looks like it's trading for, well, it's getting close now. Needs to simmer back down just a little bit to get the 30s filled. Guess we're heading to 35. Wow. Well, there goes Wooga. In about 4 minutes. Filled on the 35s. To 37. Guess we're getting a pre-PPI squeeze. A little over 3 minutes, up to 38. Oh, Tesla's moving. Tesla's up almost 2% on the day now. Coin's moving, MSTR's moving. So Bitcoin must be bouncing. Yeah, Bitcoin's bouncing. SPX back to 35. I need to move away from 35. Got about 2 minutes. Above 38 would be a winner for Mahomes. NDX still a little bit red. Russell is now green. Dow is up almost 1%. One minute. Yeah, I'm holding the 6-7. I posted in the calendar chat, Dark Avenger. That's the only one. And it's right at break even right now. Thirty seconds. Down to 36. $35. Ding, ding, ding. 58.36.24. So Mahomes will be a loser. Woogos will be losers. Pretty much everything else winner. All right, my friends, that is it for the day. Live stream, chat will be streaming live in the morning for day trading. And then we will be back for Power Hour. All right, all. Take care. Have a good night. Cheers.